Hey everybody, okay, so today we're going to look at Happy Baby Pose. The Sanskrit name for that is Ananda Balasana. We're going to look at some of the variations or options that you can take, and I'll just talk briefly about some of the benefits as well. Now I'll just mention that if you haven't signed up for my newsletter yet, then I encourage you to do so. Go to the website that's behind me here, www.anioyoga.com. Because I'm going to be rolling out a few different things over the next few weeks, and I'd hate for you to miss. This is actually part of a video that's going to go out in a newsletter this week, maybe tomorrow. So if you're watching it beforehand, then great. If you've missed it, then it doesn't matter. Sign up, and you'll be able to get out some more information. So what I have with me today is a yoga strap and also a blanket. So I have a little yoga blanket here, but feel free to use anything. And the reason why I have the blanket is because if you have any neck injuries or issues or anything that you feel uncomfortable with, and of course I'll preface always, no matter what, never take anything as medical advice here. Just make sure to check with your doctor first. But this may provide some comfort for you as you lay on your back as you get into the pose. So if it's better for you to get a blanket, I just roll it up as thick as I need it, and then you can lay on it. So if you're going to use your blanket, you're going to come on your back and then just roll it so that it comfortably sits in a position where you can just nestle it into the center of your neck, okay, or wherever it feels comfortable for you. But if you don't need it, then by all means, just roll it away. You're just going to use your mat for support, and you're laying on your back. So a couple of the options that I want to give you first is using a strap. Okay, so you're going to draw your knee in towards you and then kind of hang it out a little bit to the side. You want to take your strap and just place it around the arch of your foot. Now, again, a couple of things. You can either leave the other leg bent like I have here, or you can lengthen it out. So it really kind of depends on maybe whether or not you've already done some activity, you're already kind of feeling nice and open. I usually like to see this pose or utilize this pose closer to the end of my practice, or maybe even sometimes in the middle when I've already done some moving around and feeling a little bit warm. Because what we're doing is, and as I said, I touch on some of the benefits, is we're getting a nice hip opener here. We're also maybe opening up or releasing any lower back tension. And then even just hanging out in the pose and breathing will allow you to even relieve some stress. So laying on your back, doing some deep breathing can be really helpful as well. One of the things to look out for with the leg that you are opening here is to stack, is the alignment. So you want to make sure that you're stacking your ankle over the knee. If that's still something that is challenging for you just because of mobility, then, again, you're just going to where you can go without causing any pain or discomfort. But you can grab, even if your leg needs to be a little bit straighter and then you're just using the strap for support, you can still find that alignment here of stacking one above the ankle above the knee. Okay, so I'm going to lengthen out my bottom leg just because that feels comfortable for me right now. And then as I breathe out, I can just use a little bit of pull on the strap. I also want to make sure that my opposite leg isn't rolling forward so that my body isn't turning this way. So you might even use a little support of the left hand. So I've got my right leg out here. You might use a little support of the left hand just on the front hip bone on the left side. And especially as I exhale, this is where I start to try to just settle and relax. Soften through the shoulders, because sometimes when we're paying attention to a particular area that we're accessing, we forget about how to inform the rest of the body. So trying to just relax through the shoulders as well. If you followed my things before, I like to close my eyes to get into it. So I just try to relax here. You can hold it for a few breaths, or again, come out of it as you may start to feel like that's enough or there's any discomfort. So there's your first option. So just doing single legs, you can do, the other side as well. I always want to make sure that you're evening things out and repeating on the other side. If you find that one side of the body is a little tighter than the other, then, or a little bit more challenging than the other, then just spend a little bit more time on the challenging side, breathing a little bit longer, okay? So there's your strap option. If, again, you're going to receive the newsletter that I put out, then you'll see that I included some photos where you're either doing, again, one side, just grabbing maybe on the inside of the foot, or maybe you can grab on the outside, so whatever feels comfortable, or you're doing both sides at the same time. So, but I really wanted to highlight that strap option so that you can access it. So if this feels like, it's not available to you right now, grabbing with the hands, then by all means utilize your strap, and then that will give you some access. Another couple of things to keep in mind is that if you have any knee pain, maybe depending on how far along you are in your pregnancy, or even if it's early stages, again, it might be an individual thing for you. So always check with your doctor first, just to make sure that what you're about to engage in is going to be safe for you as an individual. All right, I hope you had you're having a good day, and that this is going to be helpful to you either in your day or in your future practices. Much love.